Welcome to Christian Parenting TV. Again, I am your host, Monye Christian. Today, we'll be looking at the Jewish life cycle, the Jewish parenting model. This is the best parenting strategy in the world. This is the best way to produce successors and reproduce after our kind. This is also the best system for transferring our faith and kingdom heritage from one generation to the next. Stay tuned. The first thing to note on this TV broadcast is found in Luke chapter 2 from verse 46 to 47. Let's read for context. And it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of doctors, both hearing them and answering their questions. 47. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. This event happened when Jesus was about 12 years old. In Israel, 13 years is significant for males and 12 years for females. It is called the bar mitzvah for male and bat mitzvah for female. This is a very powerful phenomenon. In Judaism, these are ages of entering into adulthood, marking the transition to manhood for boys via the bar mitzvah ceremony, and womanhood for girls via the bat mitzvah ceremony. I think this is what every parent should study and adopt. Now, in Jewish culture, for you to be considered a man, you must study the Torah, the first 5 books of Moses. And at an appointed time, you will stand before intelligent religious scholars, the Pharisees and the scribes, and they will ask you questions which you must answer. If they consider your answers satisfactory, they will declare you a man. Now, what is the implication of this in our modern day parenting? If you are not declared a man, no one will give you his daughter to marry in Israel. Attaining manhood comes through studying the law and tradition, the Jewish life cycle. By this standard, you will see that many people in the body of Christ never truly qualify to enter into manhood or womanhood. What is the resultant effect? You cannot give what you don't have. It is now clear that this is the true root of the current marital crisis in the body of Christ. When people who did not qualify for manhood or womanhood by bar and bat mitzvah standards, but prematurely entered into marriage and parenthood, ultimately we produce a broken and dysfunctional homes. This is why there is less than 1% divorce in the Jewish community. Other nations are divorcing, but the Jews are keeping their marriage intact because of this Jewish life cycle. the bar and bat mitzvah model. Being male does not mean you are a man, and being female does not mean you are a woman. In Judaism, manhood and womanhood are not determined by age. They are earned, and there is time frame allocated for it. 13 years for males, 12 years for females. This is a divine blueprint for modern day parenting. The bar and bat mitzvah parenting model. The purpose of this bar and bat mitzvah exercise in Judaism is to ensure that when you get married, you become a prolific teacher to your children. This is what matters to the Jews: the ability to school your children in Torah and pastor your home, the domestic church. This is instructive because it enabled the Jews to preserve their godly heritage and pass it from one generation to another generation. The Jews, though scattered across the face of the earth without a nation for 1,939 years, retained their original culture, prayer, and language. How was this possible? Through the bar and bat mitzvah Jewish life cycle. In Israeli culture, the burden of pastoring children is not the minister's responsibility in the church. It is father's business at home. If you don't know the content of the Torah, you should not have a family, period. You can do business or trade, but you cannot marry an Israelite. I think I like this approach, and I wish this message will reach the body of Christ. A core note to all parents: as we close this broadcast, understand this: the child in your care is somebody's future husband, wife, and a priest of God, and you only have a short window of time to prepare them for that role. 13 years for the male, 12 years for the female, according to bar and bat mitzvah. The church can adopt this. It is a divine blueprint for modern day parenting. You see, our parenting assignment goes beyond raising good kids. It's about preparing kingdom vessels. Failure to do this leads to unseasoned husbands, wives, weak family structure, and a lack of priesthood in our generation. It's time to change our approach to achieve this bar and bat mitzvah goal for our children, ensuring they are qualified for manhood by 13 years for male and womanhood by 12 years for females. This is a key factor to consider when deciding whether your child should attend a boarding school or a day school. What is the new parenting approach that is recommended? The new parenting approach is moving from teaching to training. You see, what many parents have been doing is teaching and not training. To understand this, let's look at the difference between teaching and training. Teaching is telling a child what to do, while training is showing a child what to do. To understand this, let's look at the 7-38-55 teaching rule. This rule states that 7% of meaning or value or instruction is driven by spoken words, verbal behavior. 38% is through the tone or volume of our voice, while 55% is non-verbal, body language, silent messages. This is training. This means that the most effective aspect of our parenting influence over our children is not spoken words or the tone of our voice, but silent messages, non-verbal communication. Unfortunately, in this part of the world, spoken words and tone of our voice, yearning and command are the most common used parenting tool. But guess what? Their impact is only 7% and 38% respectively. And that is certainly not a pass mark. Little wonder we are seeing counterproductive results. You can visit Christian Parenting TV on YouTube to watch the full video on the 7-38-55 universal parenting rule, and you will be glad you did. Here is the good news. The bar and bat meets fair practice. The 13 years for male and 12 years for female is a divine blueprint for modern day parenting. I pray the church will adopt it. If we wait until the teenage years to start preparing our children, we have already lost valuable time. Let's redesign our parenting approach and implement this proven biblical model. You see, you are like Eli preparing Samuel. The question is, do you have the training needed to raise godly spouse, leader, or a priest by 13 years for boys and 12 years for girls? If not, it is time to join our community. Christian Parenting International is here to help. You don't have to do this alone. This will bring us to the end of today's Jewish Lifecycle TV broadcast. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next broadcast. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe to Christian Parenting TV and turn on your notification bell to stay updated with fresh content from us. Thank you.